Time once again for the Friday tag, which is brought to you in part by JJSFREETIME. And Jacob, as always, it's good to see you once again. I know I'm responding to your tag video early. It is early in the morning where I'm at. It's right before 6 a.m. Don't ask. I only had a few hours of sleep, so. Anyway, I see you have 5 questions for the week for us, so let's get started with question number 1. Do you hate getting screwed over? The answer is yes. And sometimes there are people who tend to screw you over, who don't want to be honest, upfront, and straightforward with a number of things. I know of one person who's already done that to me and other people, and I'm about ready to wring his neck and kick his ass. So that's my answer to number 1. Don't ask who it is. Number 2. Do you hate maps you can't read? The answer is no. I don't have a problem reading maps, but if there's a certain map I cannot read, then I just go around asking for directions. So that's my answer to number 2. Question 3. Don't you hate it when some phone spastic grinds your gears? If you're referring to either a prank caller or even a crank caller for that matter, yes. That's happened to me numerous times, even receiving these type of calls late at night or in the wee hours of the morning. There was one time that happened to me where I managed to call that person back, asking why did you call me back, and they were pretending to be stupid, saying they never called my number, and I told them, I said, yes you did, your number's on my caller ID on my phone, and if this ever happens again, I'm calling the cops. They since have stopped. So when it comes to these kind of things, they don't mess with me anymore. Oh no, because I get down to the nitty-gritty. If some idiot who tries to call me during the middle of the night or early in the morning just to get his jollies, you don't do that to me. Never do that to me. So that's my answer to number 3. Question 4. Do you wish teleportation existed? The answer is not really, because lacking your fan fiction stories or even television in the movies, teleportation is more of a thing that's just only made for those for fantasy, and it's just not even real at this time. Even though there have been scientists and engineers trying to come up with a way with teleportation and trying to work on it. Until it becomes a reality, I just say it's still a fantasy. So that's my answer to number 4. Finally, question 5. How much do you hate failures in communication? I hate it with a passion. There are times where you may have some family members or some people that you know that have a hard time communicating with one another. And there's always a failure of communication somewhere around there. They fail to communicate because they just seem to lack to stay in touch or to keep in touch on a number of things. That leads to a failure of communication. And yes, I hate that. I hate it with a passion. I don't like failures of communication. I do my best to try to stay in contact and communicate often with those people around. And for some reason, if they don't want to stay in communication or they have a hard time staying in communication, that's their problem. And I just come to the point where if they cannot do their best by staying in communication with other people, then it's just going to lead to a problem that's going to end up being unresolved down the road. So that's my answer to number 5. And Jacob, those are my answers to your questions for the week. Until your next tag video, you take care, have a great weekend, and we shall see you next Friday, if not before. Until then, you have a good day.